Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's see, today I have a fun book, Radio Man. Have you ever read this one before? This is a story about Diego and his family. They are migrant farm workers and they move to find work. Diego moves away from his friends and he's wondering, will they ever meet again? Radio Man, a story in English and Spanish by Arthur Doros. But I am just going to read it in English. Diego woke up to the sound of a deep, deep voice on the radio. Buenos dias. Good morning. The words in Spanish and English echoed across the room. He could hear it again and again and again. Esta es la voz de la frontera. This is the voice of the border. Good morning, Texans. He is right there on the border, the line that separates the states and the countries. There's kind of like a little line. He's right there on the border of Texas and Mexico. ¿Estás listo? Asked Diego's grandfather, Abuelo. I'm ready, said Diego. Beep, beep. The truck's horn sounded outside, and there was Diego's mother, father, and little sister Alicia. They were already waiting in the front seat of the truck. Where are they going? Diego carried the radio, and he climbed in the truck. Hey, Radio Man, called Diego's friend David. David called him Radio Man because Diego was always listening to the radio. Can I ride with you today? Sí, vamos, said Papa, waving. Yes, let's go, said Diego. We won't see each other for a while. My family's leaving here tomorrow. So is my family, said David. Will they ever see each other again? Let's see. Diego's family and David's family were migrant farm workers. They traveled most of each year to find work, picking fruits and vegetables. This was the last day of cabbage picking. It was dusty and hot. The boxes of cabbage seemed heavy. Como elefantes, said Abuelo. Diego and David thought the boxes were as heavy as elephants, too. That's hard work, huh? Carrying all those boxes. Wow, they rode back to the cabins where they were staying at. It's kind of like probably had a room and a small little house. Maybe the house was made of wood, like a little cabin. Everyone was tired. Diego turned the radio to a station that played songs in Spanish. Canta, said Mama, and Diego sang. David tapped a rhythm on the side of the truck, and Mama helped Alicia clap hands in time to the music. They were all enjoying the radio. The next morning, Diego and David said goodbye. They hoped they would see each other again soon. Diego waved until David was out of sight. Diego and his family drove west over the mountains. You're listening to KKTS Cactus Radio, broadcasting from Tucson, said a man's voice on the radio. This is the after sundown show, and I am the night owl. Driving over the mountains, on highways, narrow roads, and through small towns, the family drove from farm to farm, looking for work. Hello, you turned to Bird Radio of Phoenix, Arizona. I'm talking to you from the banks of the Gaia River. When the radio voice got louder and louder, Diego knew they were getting closer to a town. Why do you think he knew they were getting closer to a town? You see it? there's an antenna. Uh-huh. And that picks up the electronic waves from the radio, so you can hear it. And it was coming in better and better and louder. Diego knew they were getting closer to a town. At the melon farm where his family found work, Diego saw his cousins, Sophie and Ernesto. Their family had also found work here. He hadn't seen these cousins for a long time. The three walked to school together every morning. When they were back in the fields after school, they always looked for the Gila monster. Once David told Diego about Gilas, but Diego had never seen one. There's one, said Diego on the last day. It looks like one of your dinosaurs, Ernesto, said Sophie. You see it? What does it look like? Yeah, maybe a lizard or an iguana. That night there was a party with food, music, and a piñata to celebrate the end of melon picking. Bailemos, said Abuelo, and people danced to music from the radio. Sophie broke the piñata. I didn't think you could run so fast, Diego said to Ernesto. Look like you're being chased by the Gilas, said Ernesto. The next day, Diego's family started the long drive to the cherry farms. It was very hot in the truck during the day, so the family drove through the cool nighttime. Diego was almost asleep, leaning against Abuelo when Abuelo wiggled his arm. Escucha, escucha, he said. Diego listened. The crackling sounds from the radio. Abuelo turned the radio slowly. Buenos noches, the voice spoke in Spanish. All the songs were in Spanish too. Abuelo heard one of his favorite songs, La Paloma. He told Diego that this station was far, far away in Mexico. Abuela had listened to the same song in the village where he grew up. He told Diego about that village and the forest where the butterflies look like leaves on trees, and about the houses shining in the moonlight. Whoa, look at that. All those butterflies? Wow. Pretty amazing. By dawn, the family was near Lodi, California. Good morning, everyone, said the radio woman's voice. She played a song called Stuck in Lodi Again. Diego had heard that song every summer when he and his family came to Lodi to pick cherries. Some of you might have been to Lodi. You can pick cherries there too. Did you know that? Yeah, Lodi is not far from us. You might even have some family there. Diego never felt stuck in Lodi. He always met someone he knew. Maybe his friend David would be there. Diego saw two boys he'd known in school in Arizona, but he did not find David. While he emptied buckets of cherries and took care of Alicia, Diego looked for his friend. All the days of cherry picking he looked, but David did not arrive. Today is the last day, the woman on the radio said. It's been a great harvest this year. They got a lot of fruits and vegetables. They gathered up all the crops. What a big harvest. Now we'll go north to new places, said Papa. Going north. Papa drove until fog swirled around the truck. Diego heard the ocean waves crashing. You're listening to Big Radio in Crescent City, gateway to the giants, the radio man said. The giants were the redwood trees. One tree had a tunnel big enough to drive through. I'll have to tell David about this one, said Diego. Have you ever been to the redwoods? They are the giant trees, very, very tall, And some of them, yes, you can drive through them. Have you ever been there? You might have. The family drove through forests and through dry country. They stopped in a roadside store to get something to drink and eat. A woman was looking at melons, trying to find a ripe one. Diego wondered if these were the melons he and his family had picked on the farm. He looked at the rows of fruits and vegetables. He knew how to pick them. He knew how to find a good one, a ripe one. Finally, the family reached orchards of trees so heavy with, what do you think those are? Yeah, apples. Lots and lots of apple trees. They almost touched the ground. Diego had never been there before. Ahora, anunciano de KMPO Campo Radio. Announcement. Farm Workers Radio from Sunnyside, Washington. The radio announcer gave a telephone number so that people could call in and give their messages. Diego turned up the volume. I'm going to call in and give their messages on the radio. Let's see. Oh, there it is. There's the radio. Paco, this is Lupe. Feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday. Elena, your cousin called. She will arrive on Friday. Diego listened to the messages and to the KMPO telephone number again. He ran to a telephone and called the station. The announcer answered. Buenos dias. Do you have a message? Diego did have a message. What's he going to say? Hello, David. This is Diego. Are you here? Diego heard his own voice on the radio. Wow. He heard it. The sound carried and transmitted right to the radio. Someone was listening. The end. Let's see. Let's look at some of these words. Are you ready? You remember how to say that one? ¿Estás listo? And then, yes, let's go. You remember how they said that? Yes is sí. And let's go is vamos. Sing, canta, escucha, listen. Buenos noches. Do you know what that one is? Yeah, it's good night. So we did say some Spanish words in there, huh? Thanks for helping me. Radio Man. Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye-bye.